On IMDb, Daredevil U says, God versus King, epic action, best of new Godzilla series. I'm so Godzilla'd and King Kong'd. Godzilla vs. King Kong, it's a feast to eyes for action lovers. It's the movie all the fans of Godzilla and King Kong are waiting for. The script, direction, and visual effects are done wonderfully. There is not even one dull moment in the film. Unlike previous two Godzilla movies, there are some goosebump moments which makes people scream. Millie Brown, Brian, Julian made some funny moments. This movie being released first in India 1 week before USA release is a smart move, result of which most of the people in India can watch this epic in theaters. This is not a movie to be watched in OTT or pirated print or DVD. Experience this epic in nearest theaters. Take all precautions of COVID. 10 stars.
Wow. They liked it.
They liked it. They absolutely liked it. They were Godzilla'd and King Kong.
We've all been there.
I'm surprised I don't know of like a dirty sex act call being King Kong'd.
You want me to show you?
No?
Okay.
Hello, hello, and welcome to the Royds Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And we are back this week talking about 2021's Godzilla vs. Kong. Andy, how are y'all?
Excellent, Robbie. I'm all right. I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. Have you seen Godzilla vs. Kong before?
I had, and I didn't see it in theaters, though, because it was 2021, the heat of the pandemic, and Warner Brothers decided to release all their theatrical releases straight to HBO Max, now called Max, of course, and I watched it there. What about you, Robbie? Had you seen it?
Yes, and I did the same thing. We actually watched this, because this came out roughly around my father's birthday, so I think we all got together and watched it for my father's birthday.
Wow. How'd your dad like it?
I don't remember.
All right.
Had you ever seen the original King Kong versus Godzilla from the 60s?
I had not, no.
I had that on VHS as a kid. I used to watch that all the time.
Cool.
Like, legitimately, it's from 1962. I used to watch it all the time. Right after watching this movie, I was actually watching clips of it on YouTube because I didn't have time to watch the full movie.
Yeah.
But if you like those tacky, cheesy monster movies, I highly recommend King Kong vs. Godzilla. An hour and 30 minutes of pure bliss.
This came out in 2021, which is...
Just 2021, not 2021.
You know, Robbie, one of these days... bang, zoom, straight to the moon.
Oh, no. Oh, no. He's going to commit spousal abuse on me.
Call me Andy Cramden.
I'll call you a lot of things.
Okay.
Like Andy Cramden, I guess. I don't
okay.
know. I didn't have anything. I didn't have a follow-up to that.
Have you ever watched The Honeymooners?
Yeah, it's all right.
It's better than all right, Robbie. It's very good.
It's all right. Yeah, if you like beating women, if you like domestic violence, it's great.
I mean, it's the 50s. Anyway, what I am very much against beating women, but the comedy of the show.
Now he's against it.
It's good. I'm against it, Robbie. I'm against it. I tried it once, didn't like it.
No,
wasn't for me.
No. Oh no.
All right. Top grossing movies of 2021. Number 1, Spider-Man: No Way Home with almost $2 billion.
I've watched that once and I liked it, and I see a lot of people saying like it's really not that good a movie, but I think that's a movie you see once in theaters, you go awesome, and then you don't watch ever again.
Yeah, I plan on watching it again because I had such a good time, but like also just kind of like the movie we're doing today, turn your brain off and have fun, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Just have a good time. Like, yeah, even while I was watching it, I was like, that didn't really make any sense. But, like, they're setting it up I mean, could it have been written better? Sure. But, like, we got what we got, and it was fun.
Oh, yeah. It's better than this movie.
Whoa, Robbie! I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Even though Benedict Cumberbatch isn't trying, it's still better than this movie.
Yeah. Number 2 is this is a worldwide box office, by the way. So, I don't know some of these. The Battle at Lake Changjin.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, almost $1 billion. Hi, Mom. Almost $1 billion at $800 million. No Time to Die, which is James Bond.
Yes, that is James Bond.
A future episode, years from now.
Yeah, I was going to say we have a while.
Decades.
If we're alive.
Yeah, $700 million, almost $800 million. And then number 5 is Fast 9, F9, the Fast Saga. They keep changing. They just keep fucking changing the title of that.
Yeah.
You're looking pretty fine if you ask me.
Very good. That's excellent, Robbie. Great job. Movies that I have seen in theaters: Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
I saw that not in theaters. It was fine. It was good.
I enjoyed it. I had a great time.
It got a little too much like CGI slogfest at the end.
Like that's the thing. Like at the end, the fight is good. It's just like in a gray, smoky, like field of ash for some reason. Like just like the fighting is so good in this movie.
Yes.
Why would you take away from it with the weird CGI stuff?
Well, exactly. The fighting's awesome when you have that fighting between him and his father, but then they're like, but look at these dragons!
Yeah, and like the dragons didn't fuck it up for me. It was just I don't know, just a lot of Marvel stuff is just gray all the time.
Yes.
It's like, all right, why are you doing that? What about, I mean, this was in the pandemic, the plandemic, as Robbie calls it. And I didn't see a lot of movies in theaters, but Encanto came out.
Oh, Encanto was good. The music's good in Encanto.
I like the movie's good too.
The movie's fine, but it's carried by the music.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we don't talk about Bruno and was it Pressure?
Pressure, yeah.
Ooh, 2 hot fire tracks.
Absolutely.
Like 2 hot fire tracks. The rest are good, but those are that's like top tier Disney shit, Great stuff. And I know how to play both of them because I'm a teacher and kids go ape shit for that.
Very good.
Yeah.
You know what else came out in 2021?
What's that?
There was a Netflix special called Escape the Undertaker. It was one of those interactive Netflix specials where you played as the New Day and you had to escape the Undertaker.
That's really cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
I did all the different story versions of it like the day it came out.
I think Netflix, they're weird because they don't like advertise, and when they do, it's like something that like nobody fucking cares about. But like, I never even heard of that.
It's a WWE like special,
right? But you'd think that they'd market that.
I mean, here's the thing: they marketed it really heavily on like WWE programming.
Oh, okay, I see.
But for the most part, when WWE Raw is 3 hours long, they don't really pay for, they're not going to do extra commercials. They just kind of work the commercials into the show.
Yeah. But like Netflix, like they'll drop a series.
Yes.
They won't say a fucking word about it, and they'll be like, it's canceled. You didn't do anything to promote it. Like, what the fuck?
And those are always the good ones.
Yeah.
Although Laura and I have been watching Ozark recently. That's pretty good.
It is good. I like Ozark. I think it ebbs and flows in greatness. I mean, sometimes I'm like, all right, it's great. Jason Bateman's awesome, and so is Laura Linney.
Jason Bateman can't help himself but slipping into Michael Bluth sometimes in the series.
He's just like the quintessential straight man.
He really is.
He's the best at it, I think.
I have a question for you about Laura Linney.
Okay.
If someone told you Laura Dern and Laura Linney were sisters, wouldn't you just believe them? They just look like sisters.
Yeah, but why would they be named Laura?
No, I don't know. It's just something I thought the other day when I was watching Ozark. I was like, if you told me they were related, I'd believe it.
Maybe their dad's name was George Foreman.
Maybe their dad's name was Laura.
Laura Foreman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Other things that came out in 2021, Black Widow.
Oh, yeah, I saw that on Disney+. Plus.
It's not very good.
I paid $30 to watch it on Disney+. Plus.
So did I, and it's not very good.
What a fucking asshole.
I also paid $30 to watch Cruella on Disney Plus, and I felt stupid after doing that, too.
I watched that for free. Well, it's not, well, technically it's not free, yeah, but like,
yeah.
Yeah, that was all right, I guess.
Ghostbusters Afterlife, which was dog shit.
I just never got into Ghostbusters.
The first movie is good.
I guess, I don't know. I've seen it. Definitely seen it.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
I never watched the Venom movies.
The first one's good.
Stated in the Spider-Man 3 podcast, I don't think Venom's very interesting.
Tom Hardy's really good, though.
I'm sure he is. I would like to see these, and maybe we'll cover them for this here podcast that we do.
Free Guy? You ever see Free Guy?
I did see Free Guy. All right.
Yeah, it's about Morgan Freeman when he was younger.
Yep.
Jungle Cruise also came out.
I did not see that.
I did. I saw a lot of these because, again, it was during the pandemic, so I was just sitting there watching these movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. How about Sing 2?
No, I didn't see that one.
How about The Eternals?
That was garbage.
I didn't think it was garbage, but it's bad.
Hey, here's 10 superheroes. We're not going to tell you anything. Just pay attention to them. No, this is boring. Get out of here.
It is boring, and they did not utilize I forget his name, the comedian he got buff.
Oh, Kumail Nanjiani?
Yes. Like, at the final battle, he's like, well, I'm not going to do that, actually. And he like, fucks off. Like, why not?
Yeah.
It's like most of the reason I'm here. You ever see the movie he did, The Big Sick?
No. That's with Ray Romano, right?
Yes.
No, I've never seen it.
I saw that in theaters for date
I
night.
heard you had cancer. Deborah!
Isn't that The Big Sick?
It is The Big Sick, I think.
Yeah.
Or it might be something. I don't know. It was a great movie, though. Great movie.
Well, we all know cancer's a hoax.
We don't know that, Robbie.
Trying to destroy the American tobacco industry.
I don't think that's...
Yep.
All right, well... Godzilla vs. Kong.
Oh, no. They're taking Hong Kong. Before we get into Godzilla vs. Kong, and I'm springing this on you without warning you ahead of time. Last week was our 100th episode. And there was something I was thinking about that we should have done last week, but I just want to ask you, before we get on to our next journey of 100 episodes, what do you think the best movie we've done so far is?
I think the best movie is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to give... Good.
I think it's... I'm sorry. I think it's the only movie I watched twice for fun. Like... Just like a fucking incredible... It's got everything, and it does everything very well.
But they censor the guy's dick.
Sure. I don't need that to make it a 10 out of 10 for me.
I hate blurs in movies.
Okay. I think it was just like, I'm sure if they put the dick in there, like the whoever rates movies, they'd be like, oh, now it's an NC-17, and then there goes their funding and all that shit.
No.
You know?
You could show dick without being NC-17 because he's not penetrating anything.
Yeah, but he's getting penetrated.
You don't see the penetration, though.
You fucking wish.
No, that I don't need to see.
Well, what about you, Robbie? What's your favorite movie?
I'm going to give the most boomer dad answer, and I'm going to say The Godfather Part 2.
Okay, that's up there, because that was really good.
I would have to say The Godfather Part 2. It was either going back and forth between either that or Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And while I really still kind of want to say Jurassic Park, I think I'm going to stick with The Godfather Part 2. I think that's the strongest movie we've done so far. It also, like I said, it's the most boomer dad answer.
There's Jaws as well, you know?
Ooh, Jaws is also good.
and Jaws is also up there. It's
Yeah.
our dads are right. That's
Yes,
the thing.
absolutely. That's the problem.
Yeah.
What do you think the worst movie we've done so far is? Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. That's ROYDSREVUE@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it. The worst movie. Shit, I can't think of any of the really bad movies. What's yours? Maybe it'll inspire me.
All right. You know what I should have done before I asked you that question? I should have just had the list up of episodes we've done.
Oh, we can do that.
Yeah. This is we're not smart men. We're fart men.
Nice.
Thank you. When I look over this list, I'd probably have to say the worst movie we've done. And feel free to disagree with me. That's why we're here. I might have to say it's 13 Ghosts.
Okay, 13 Ghosts is rough, but it is kind of fun.
I didn't have any fun with that movie at all.
Okay. I had fun because I watched it with my wife and I crushed her dreams. She loves that movie and I was just shitting all over it. So I had a good time. But I would say maybe Jurassic World, the newest one.
Dominion?
Yeah.
That was really bad.
That was really bad. Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West. Yeah, that was bad.
Maybe even The Rundown.
No, The Rundown's a fun movie. We had fun with The Rundown.
Yeah, but I just remember, like, that song, I had to, like, dig, like, I was up to my elbow in my ass ripping that song out.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I liked my song for The Rundown. That's my...
I don't like my song. I don't know. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest for one of the better ones as well.
I was about to say, you are not calling that a bad movie,
of course
you
not.
fucking psychopath.
I also wrote one of the most beautiful songs I've ever written in my life for that song.
You're right.
Yeah.
I was about to get pissed. I really thought I was like, we're talking about the worst, my guy.
Nah. Maybe Gangs of New York.
I think that was more boring than just...
Yeah, boring. Yeah,
bad.
it's not bad
because I couldn't
good moments.
Yeah, I can't put anything Scorsese did in terms of like the worst.
Yeah, that's true. And your boy, whenever he's on screen, it's interesting. Never mind, I take it back.
Yeah, I would say Quantum Mania might be up there with one of the worst movies we've done.
Yeah, I remember at the time we were like, it's not that bad. But retrospect, it's like, nah, it's bad. And Thor 4 as well.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
It's just like when you watch those and then you do an episode like right after, it's like they kind of wash over you, and you're just like, you know.
That's the thing. I see these in theaters, and I just had a good time because I went out.
Yeah, I had popcorn.
Yeah, and when I spend money, I'm like tricking my head, like, you're having a good time.
That's true.
You're having fun. You're not wasting your money and having a bad time.
Right. Except Jurassic Park. That was the only one. Jurassic World, I should say.
Yeah, I was like...
Fallen Dominion Kingdom.
I remember because we saw that in theaters together.
We did.
And I remember at one point you said to me during the movie, I think this is a bad movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember saying that. I also remember trying the popcorn trick on you. It didn't work.
Yeah, I didn't like that so much.
No. Yeah.
I also didn't like that it worked on my wife, though. That made me upset.
I think that speaks volumes for the problems you guys are having.
Yeah, I agree.
But also, I got a lot of blemishes down there from all the butter.
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It was also very hot.
Yeah,
the skin was melting. You know, let's not.
Yeah. You know what? Kong versus Godzilla versus Kong versus Godzilla versus Kong.
Yep. We open up somewhere on Skull Island.
Whoa.
And we watch Kong go through his morning routine. We watch him scratch his ass. He takes a shower. It's awesome. him stripping down this tree and just hurling it into the sky, revealing that he's in like the Truman Show.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
That's
I think
cool.
that was cool. Right away, though, you start to get these bad vibes because this little girl running around, and she's not the problem with this movie. I actually like her in this.
Yeah.
But right away, I'm going, uh-oh, little girl just run around with Kong on Skull Island. I don't like this.
Yeah, it is a little weird that like the adults send in a little girl. Like you talk to him.
Yeah,
It's
and
like all right.
they're so irresponsible when it comes to this little girl because later on, when they're on the ship transporting Kong, it's pouring rain out, and she wanders out there, and they just go, is she supposed to be out there?
Yeah.
And she's a fucking kid. No.
Yeah. A kid with a disability as well. Like, what are we doing? Wasn't me or when they zoomed out of the bubble that Kong is in, it looks relatively small.
It does.
Too small, right?
Yes.
I think they fucked up the scaling on that.
I think it's also kind of supposed to show like this is kind of cruel.
Yeah.
Like they think they're doing the right thing, but this is
Yeah.
very cruel.
Sure.
And that's part of the reason why Kong is pissed. And here's a question. How long has Kong been in there for?
Yeah, it's been like 50 years since Kong Skull Island.
Well, Skull Island, he wasn't in this.
Right.
They leave Skull Island. They don't take him with them.
Right.
We never see them capture Kong.
Right.
And we have no idea how long Kong has basically been held prisoner.
And also, they're saying like, oh, we're doing this to protect Kong because Godzilla's on a rampage now. And you don't just build a big bubble like that overnight. So how long has Godzilla been on a rampage?
Well, that's the thing. They say they haven't seen Godzilla since he was fighting Rodan and Ghidorah.
Yeah.
So he hasn't made an appearance in a couple of years.
But he's been fucking shit up.
But he just started to fuck shit up when they activated that Ghidorah head.
Oh, that's the first time he fucked shit up.
Yeah, because they say this is the first Godzilla sighting in 3 years or something like that.
Oh. Well, then what's going on?
And so that's the thing. They do this whole thing basically where, oh, we can't let Kong out because then Godzilla will come and they'll fight. But you haven't established this at all.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden Kong is just being held prisoner. I don't know how long he's been there for in this small containment center because Godzilla will fight him. Well, why hadn't Godzilla gone to Skull Island then?
Apparently, I read in the trivia while I was doing trivia. Apparently, there was a war between the Kongs and the Zillas, and the Zillas won, so they were like banished to Skull Island. So they have the ability to understand political exile. So I don't know. I don't. Yeah, it's. I think it's just understood. Like you stay over there, but if you ever get out, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Listen, that's totally cool. But how do the humans know all this?
I don't know.
As far as we know, this is the only Godzilla they've come across and the only King Kong they've come across. And they are dead certain, but also correct, that they will hunt each other out and fight each other.
Yeah. Yeah, because how do they know that Kong is an alpha on the level of Godzilla?
And I'm assuming they built this whole thing on Skull Island.
Right.
They somehow transported all of this equipment through that storm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it. I think this is all made up. I think this is a movie.
Robbie's very, very bright.
I think they are really smart for continuing the trend of using the redacted notes as the opening credits.
Yeah, it's cool.
This continuously looks good, and I like the consistency throughout the films.
Yeah. This guy's recording a podcast in the parking lot. Why are you doing that?
He's also admitting to committing crimes.
Yeah, he's doing it in the parking lot of the company that he's exposing. It's a good way to get caught, dude.
I'm about to break into my job and steal classified information.
Yeah.
I hope my job doesn't hear this.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I don't know. And I like that character. I like him.
Oh, Bernie?
Yeah, I like that actor.
I think Brian Tyree Henry is very
Yeah.
likable.
Yes.
I've only seen him in this and The Eternals, and I've hated both of these movies.
Right, but he's good in them. You know?
He's in them. He's doing his best.
Okay. I thought he was pretty good in Eternals.
It's not his fault.
No. And
It's
like
not-
like I said, I didn't hate Eternals. I think it has good parts. I think overall it's messy, but I think he's a bright spot.
I think you could cut him out of this whole movie. Him and the kids.
Oh, you could cut every single human out of this movie.
He that's the problem. As good as he is, him, Millie Bobby Brown, and that kid Joshua are the worst parts of this movie. It's a waste of my time.
I thought that Rebecca Hall and Skarsgård were the worst parts.
No, you need them for the Godzilla vs. Kong plot.
Sure, but like
You actively
the
need
thing
them.
is the director knew what he was doing, because I'm jumping way ahead. But like Skarsgård, he's like, I gotta jumpstart Kong's heart. He does it, and the shockwave like knocks him out, and he's just gone for the rest of the movie until the very end. They're like, he's
Yeah.
okay. It was like, because we don't fucking care. And the director knows that. So he's like, all right, let him save Kong, and then they could fucking fight. Because that's what everybody bought a ticket for.
Yes, everyone bought a ticket to watch the monsters fight. And that's why the fucking little kid has to save the day by pouring soda on everything. It's bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's annoying.
This whole thing of Bernie and the kids sneaking around stops the movie dead every time we get there.
Yeah, I think the movie is only good when the monsters are fighting.
Yes, I totally agree. I totally agree.
Because the fights are good.
Yes, I think Mechagodzilla looks awesome. I think the design of Godzilla and Kong are sick in this movie, especially that they've aged Kong up.
Yeah, and he's got like a much more human face.
Yeah, well, he's
so
not
he,
like
emotes.
and he's got like gray and stuff in his beard.
Yeah, he's distinguished.
Yeah, I really like it. I also like when Bernie gets into Apex, he just annoys some guy and he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom or something. He just walks away.
Yes, he's like insufferably annoying and strange to make that guy go away. And then he's like, okay, so now I could get the info from the computer. But he's only slightly less weird than he's pretending to be there.
Yeah,
You know?
that's the thing. I think that's the point, is he's genuinely like a weird dude and like people don't like him because if you're the guy who's recording a podcast on monsters in the parking lot of your job, you're a weird dude.
Yeah.
You're a weird dude. He also bites into the guy's apple after the guy had already bitten into it. Gross.
Yeah, in 2021, COVID, dude.
Yeah. Oh my God. Super spreader.
Yeah.
Just then a Titan alert goes off and they're all evacuating because Godzilla's on his way and Zilla fucks up some fighter jets.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. I like how mean Godzilla looks in this one.
Yes.
He's like constantly the furrowed brow. He's just like, I'm pissed off.
I love the reason why, because they kind of establish he's not just pissed off, he's confused. Almost.
Yeah, because he's like, I already killed this fucking thing.
Yeah. Why am I because I almost feel like he doesn't know what's bringing him there. You know what I mean?
Right.
He knows he's being drawn by something. He knows there's another Titan. He knows there's another Alpha. And he's furious about it. But he's like, I don't know why I'm so mad.
Yeah. Hey, why are you watching the news broadcast in class?
That was weird, right?
When's that ever happened?
But like they did that in the last Godzilla movie too, because remember they were just like watching it. Oh no, because it happened outside the window.
Yeah, well, I guess if you live in a world where the Earth is hollow and it's filled with monsters, I guess you would be ready for a broadcast.
I guess it's also like the Challenger, like all those kids were watching the Challenger explode.
That's true, but that was more like a wow, look at that, and then it accidentally exploded. They're like, oh my god, what did we do?
The magic of human achievement.
Oh my gosh, there's so much death.
Godzilla blasts a hole, right?
Yeah.
Bernie is like 3 feet away from Godzilla's blast, and he
Okay,
just survives it.
Look, if he survives, okay, but he's got stage 10 cancer.
Oh yeah, he's a Cronenberg monster at this point.
Yeah.
We
They never
established
really touch on the radiation of Godzilla and its effects.
they never
touch on
talk about it.
Yeah.
Which I guess is a good thing, because realistically in this world you would just have a bunch of people with cancer.
Yeah, and it's pretty dark. You turn these movies from like, wow, this is a fun time, to like, wow, that's a cancer-ridden
What a society.
slugfest. Yeah.
Everyone has 4 arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as you said, Madison is in class. They're just watching this. And then she walks home listening to Bernie's podcast.
Yeah.
And he's blaming Apex.
I gotta say, why is he... Here's another question. Why is he viewed as a kook when we've seen monsters? You know? And it's not bizarre to think that corporations would try any of this shit that he's talking about. Like,
I'll tell you why.
It's not bizarre. Yeah, go ahead.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But they're a corporation. They're a billion-dollar corporation. They control the media. So while this guy is on his podcast talking about this stuff, CNN then goes on and calls that guy a kook. And that's why you have people like Madison's dad.
Yeah. But like,
oh, yeah, no, he's crazy. And that's why the general public's going to go, a billionaire can't be evil.
Right. But like, we have that now. And I feel like the genital public,
very good,
thank you, is aware of all the corruption and nonsense.
They're not.
We're just kind of like going, we're just like, what are you gonna do?
That's the thing. There are people out there, and that's what you underestimate. There are, especially the older generations.
Definitely,
in their mind, the billionaires are the greatest people on the planet. They've worked harder,
right,
and they're allowed to do whatever they want to do.
Sure. No, I understand what you're saying, but
and I think that's like where we come from. We have that distrust of these evil corporations, but for whatever reason, the older generations, they are obsessed. They all think they're going to become billionaires one day. And they never see, a corporation can't be evil.
Right.
Come on, Coca-Cola has never done an evil thing.
Yeah.
Amazon's can't be evil. Tesla can't be evil. Come on. They're corporations. When have they ever led us astray, Andy?
Nearly every day of our lives.
Oh, good point. Because then we get Madison's dad going, there's not another Titan coming. Stop listening to that podcast, which is a very like father thing.
Yeah, but he was on the fucking front lines. He should be listening to that podcast.
That's the thing. It's like, dude, come on. You can't. He's got to be getting paid off.
It's got to be.
There is no doubt.
I expected him to have a bigger role now that I've seen King of Monsters.
Yeah.
But he's just like in the background.
No, because we need more kid power, Andy.
I guess. I don't think we need any of that.
Well, it's here.
Sure is.
So we're at Denham University of Theoretical Science. We meet Nathan Lind, played by Alexander Skarsgård. The rich guy from earlier, Walter Simmons. Here's a question. Where's Walter Simmons from? Because my name...
Banderas.
Exactly. My
That's
name is
from.
Walter Simmons. I was like, what?
Simmons?
What? Like what? That really caught me off guard. I don't know why. Just every time he'd speak, I was like, why is your name Walter Simmons?
Maybe he's a white guy. And he got a tan, and he was like, "This accent does pretty well with the ladies."
I could see more mysterious. Walter, aren't you like Scottish or something?
Yeah.
Yes, but I went into a tanning booth. And now I can play a sinister Spanish man.
Like, all right, man, whatever you
Hey,
got to do.
You can't name a character Walter Simmons and then have him be talking like this the whole movie.
Yeah, it's a little weird. A little weird. Didn't notice it until you brought it up, though. I will be honest. The thing is, I didn't remember any of the names. That's
I get it. I write them down as I go.
smart.
But that was really just throwing me off every time. They're like, Simmons is like, hello. Okay. And we also meet Ron Sarazawa, the son of Ishiro Sarazawa, Ken Watanabe from the other movies.
Really? He's the son?
That's who he's supposed to be. They never dive into that at all.
Why is he a bad guy?
They never know. They never don't ask any questions about that.
Okay.
Just know there's a connection, Andy.
Okay.
You shut the fuck up and watch the movie. There's a connection.
All right.
It's stupid. There's no point. It kind of works in a sense that Sarazawa, Ken Watanabe's character, was very much like, I love Godzilla. I am in love with Godzilla. I want to throat Godzilla.
Whoa. There's literally no way that he could.
But then they have his son. So I guess kind of it's like, oh, he wants to get in the mind of these Titans. But it's not even Godzilla. He's getting in the mind of Ghidorah, and he's a bad guy, and he wants to destroy Godzilla.
Yeah, that's weird. They should, you know what? You have a good villain there if you flesh that out. You know?
Yeah.
Like you just explained. I don't know. You know, I didn't notice that they made that connection. And now that you made that connection, it's bad. It's a bad connection.
It's stupid because it doesn't come to anything. They don't explain it.
And then he just dies.
Yeah. He just eats shit, which he should.
Sure.
But even his death is kind of lame because he's just like electrocuted.
Yeah.
But they have a good villain here and just the billionaire who's like, I bought a Ghidorah head. I've got his brain. I'm going to create a monster to take out the monsters.
Yeah. Cool.
There's your movie.
Yeah.
That could be a whole 90-minute movie right there. Do not waste my time with the conspiracy theorists.
Sure.
Get out of
I
here.
Understand.
Simmons and Sarazawa show Lind that they've developed the Heave, a machine that will help them travel to Hollow Earth, because we find out that Lind's brother died on a trip to Hollow Earth. That would be cool to see.
Yeah. Here's a question. How come they have technology like the Heave? Hong Kong looks like it's Hong Kong 2070, but everything else is normal. And Mechagodzilla.
I think that's what Hong Kong looks like at night.
Oh, like looks like now? Okay. So why do we have just like little things here and there where it's like we have future tech and everything else is the same?
Movie.
Okay. And they had it a little bit in King of Monsters with that big floating ship that they had the whole time.
Yeah.
That's like Avengers stuff. And then like they built Mechagodzilla in 2021. I don't think so. My God.
Well, this franchise, if it's a roller coaster, it's the steepest uphill of all time.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool. You got that first Godzilla movie. All right, it's a Godzilla movie. And then Kong Skull Island ramps it up. And then by King of the Monsters, we're fully on board. Like,
yeah, I don't think all the way yet. Because, like, I would argue that Kong Skull Island is a little more exciting than King of Monsters.
I think it's a better movie. It's the best movie out of all of these so far.
Sure, I agree. I could agree with that. I think that this one leans more into the campiness of the whole thing. Where it's just like, let's just have them fight.
Totally cool with that.
Yeah. And I'm here for it. That's why I'm excited for Godzilla times Kong equals The Empire Strikes Back.
Very good.
Thank you.
So Lind ultimately decides to help Simmons and Sarazawa, and he asks Eileen Andrews, Rebecca Hall, to use Kong to lead them down to the Hollow Earth. That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah. Here's a question. How'd they get Kong on the boat?
Good question.
Here's another question. How'd they knock him out?
That's an excellent question.
Hmm.
These are all excellent questions that all the other King Kong movies deal with. And that's something I kind of appreciate in these movies. Because in the original King Kong, in the 33, in the 1976 King Kong, in the 2005 King Kong, the whole movie is, oh, we're going to knock out Kong and get him back.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me. Here, it's like, listen, you've seen Kong get caught 1,000 times. You know, we catch Kong. Somehow
Yeah.
somehow you've seen it before. So in a way, I can appreciate that. It's almost like a Spider-Man movie where they're going, you don't need to see Uncle Ben dying again.
Yeah, Batman as well.
Exactly. Like, yeah. I could, so while I get your question and I agree with it in a sense, in the vein of these movies, like, all right, you kind of got Kong, you didn't show how you did that. I can also appreciate the fact that they seem to have said, you've seen Kong get captured enough. Don't worry about it. We got him the same way they got him in 2005. How's that?
All right.
Because if I was the director, that's what I would say.
Good enough for me.
Yeah. When they're on this ship, this little girl, Jaya, whatever, she calls Linda coward. It is a giant ape.
Yeah, he's not very nice either. You know?
Yeah, like, I don't know. We're calling him a coward, but it's not really working for me because any reasonable person would be scared.
Yeah.
Especially because they're also planning this mission to do this thing that his brother died doing.
Yeah.
So in the back of his mind, he's like, all right, so we're doing the thing that my brother died doing. All right, let's cut this guy a little bit of slack, girl.
Yeah. Also, he has a strange reaction because I'm jumping ahead, but when they do, like when they're about to do it, he's like, it's going to be the greatest thing you ever see in your life. Why would you say that? Your brother died doing this. You should have a very different reaction.
He really should. He really should.
Pretty weird. Pretty weird thing to say.
So that's when we see Kong out in the rain, and he's causing a ruckus when the little girl goes out to see them, and they do a little finger tap. That's when we get the, is she supposed to be out there?
Yeah. And he talks to her, which it's fine. At first, I was like, come on. And I was like, look at his face. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Well, it's also, they do have gorillas who have learned sign language before.
Yeah.
So,
it checks out. Checks out for me.
Yeah, no problem with that. And then we're back with Madison, and she just steals her friend's brother's van.
Yes. So her friend's, well, her friend he's the kid from Hunt of the Wilder People. He was in Deadpool 2.
Yep.
As well. I like him. In this, I don't care. Do something else.
Listen, I need an explanation of why this little New Zealander is running around Pensacola, Florida.
Yeah, no, it's a strange accent to have in Pensacola, Florida.
Especially because when you're that age with that accent, it's implying to me that your parents moved you to Pensacola, Florida as a teenager.
Yeah. What's the story?
Yeah, because they fucked up your life, kid.
Yes.
They took you from a place that has better healthcare, better education, and moved you down to the fucking pits.
Yeah.
They went, all right, kid, good luck in school.
It's America's skin tag.
Like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing to this poor kid? That's abuse.
Yeah.
Moving a kid from any country with universal health care and better education into the southern United States is abuse. That's child abuse.
Oh, man, that's good stuff.
So Madison and her friend Joshua, they go to talk to Ronnie Chang, who's in this movie for like 30 seconds. And he just tells them where Bernie is. He's like, oh, yeah, here you go, kids. You're looking for a grown man? Yeah, here's this grown man's address.
Yeah, weird.
They go down, they talk to Bernie about Godzilla. Turns out he had a wife or something that died. You got to turn literal children away, guy.
Well, he had a wife that died. I don't know.
Yeah, they talk about it.
I didn't fucking catch a lot.
He's like, here's a picture of whatever her name is. Yeah, she's fucking dead. That's why I dedicate all my time to living in this windowless apartment, shouting conspiracy theories.
So I gotta say, the first time I saw this, I was just like, wow, this is fun. Like the whole time. The second time, I'm like, I was having trouble staying awake until they started fighting. And then I was like, hell yeah. And then they stopped fighting. Like it's I don't care. I really don't.
I don't disagree with you.
So I did not retain any of the information. Most of my notes are about the fights.
That's fine. But I'm just saying, you got to turn away the kids.
No, I agree.
If you're a grown-ass man and some kids are knocking on your door, I don't care what they're there for. Unless they're with other adults, no, go away.
Yeah.
You come back with your father, and then we'll talk.
They should have had, like, Millie Bobby Brown, like, oh, if you don't fucking, talk to us, we'll fucking tell everybody who you are, or something, like blackmail or something. Like,
I thought you're gonna, if you don't help us, we're gonna tell people you touched us.
It's also blackmail. I guess it could work. It's a little dirty, though,
I do. I hate this kid power shit because he's gonna break into Apex with literal children.
Yeah, it's not good. I also don't care.
I don't care, but it also sucks. Like, if you're gonna do this, show Millie Bobby Brown in college, not in high school.
Yeah, but I think she looks too young for college, right?
I don't care. Or you know what? Get her out of the fucking movie.
Hey.
Stop bringing the humans back.
Yeah. I think that's to make everybody know that we're in the same universe.
It's to let everybody know, don't worry, these people aren't going to die.
Yeah.
Because that's what sucks when you have all this kid power is there's no suspense. And I'm not saying I want to watch kids die. But it just turns into this thing like, well, we know there's no actual danger here.
Yeah.
So, like, what do I care? All right, do whatever you want. I know at the end of the day, once I see children in these movies, they're saving the day.
Yeah.
So we're on the Tasman Sea. Kong is scooping up and eating fish. I thought that was cool as he's just like pulling the fish out of the water.
Yeah, that was cool.
I do like they take some time to explain what happened to the original Skull Island and why Gia is with Rebecca Hall here.
They did?
Yes, they did.
Uh-oh.
You gotta watch these movies, my guy.
Andy was falling asleep.
They say a giant storm wiped out all the native people on the island.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. I'm just glad they did something and weren't just like, yeah, we kidnapped this girl along with Kong.
So everybody, she's the last one?
Yeah.
Wow. Son of Krypton over here.
Well, I was watching it going, you're Dr. Andrews, Rebecca Hall's character. You have a job where you have to travel the world and deal with monsters. Why would you adopt a deaf girl and then bring her on these adventures with you? And I was like, oh, it's because they kind of just found, okay, that makes sense.
Right. And she's got to travel the world and the seven seas, and everybody's looking for something,
Very good. Very, very good.
Thank you.
So we hear a rumbling on the ship. Gia notices it first. I'm just going to alternate between Jaya and Gia because I forgot how the little girl's name is pronounced.
That's fine with me.
And then Silly Zilly attacks, and we get finally something happening in this movie.
Yeah, and this one is it's cool, but it's very short, and it's more about not drowning.
Yeah, it was also all
Kong.
over the trailers.
Yes, it was. But that big fucking, I think like a right hook, he just nails Godzilla in the face. I'm like, hell yeah. And you see like the water like spray off of his fur. The wet fur looks so fucking good.
Yes.
Like they put their whole Berginders into the special effects for this scene specifically. Because other scenes, like when they go to the Hollow Earth, it still looks great, but it's not as good as this. Not as good looking as this in the final fight. Probably because it's all CG. I mean, I guess it's all CG in the other play, but it's based on a real thing. Where the other thing is the Hollow Earth thing is made up, so it all looks fake.
Right? Yeah. No, that totally makes sense.
But yeah, I like the fight. It is short, and I do like how Kong's just like, I can't swim, can't breathe underwater. This is not good for me.
Well, Godzilla is about to kill Kong until the army shoots him.
Yeah.
Like, he's about to fuck him up. When Zilla's in the water and he fires up and blasts the ship, Kong does the silliest jump into the ocean.
Yeah.
His, like, arms go flying in the air. Come on.
Well, he's a big monkey boy.
I know. It just made me laugh.
They do kind of establish that Zilla is way stronger than Kong.
Yes. I mean, he shoots fucking atomic breath.
And Kong is smarter. I think that's the point they make here. Like
Yeah, Kong uses tools.
Yeah, and he's he's supposed to be us, in this fight. Like he's clearly the more empathetic one. We're supposed to be rooting for him. I get it.
I like that when Kong climbs up, he spits out a bunch of water. I wish they put like a whale in there or something.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
Like Kong spits
Or like
up
he like holds one nostril and shoots like a porpoise out. Like that would be cool.
There are so many people dead though. I do love seeing all the ships on fire.
Yeah, Godzilla don't give a fuck, brother.
Godzilla turns around. He's making his way back after the fight. So the humans play dead and he leaves. Here's a question. If Godzilla was after Kong, why does he leave here? Kong is clearly alive. They stare at each other.
Yeah.
So that means the humans are wrong. Godzilla is not coming after Kong here.
Yeah, I think, like you said, he's kind of confused and he senses that Ghidorah's back.
Yeah.
And so he also sensed Kong. So he was like, is this the threat? And then when he like trounced Kong, he was like, oh, this isn't the threat. Let me go find the threat.
Right. And that's where we really see Godzilla like really like staring at him with the furrowed brow.
Mean guy.
We're back with Bernie and the kids. They're breaking into Apex.
Well, I got a note about when they play dead. So after they cut the power to play dead, the captain guy says to Alexander Skarsgård, he goes, "This better work." Hey, or what?
Yeah, I know, right?
If it doesn't work, we're all fucking dead, idiot.
But this is literally your only hope.
Yeah. This better work or I'm going to be real nettled.
Movies love doing that, where someone has their last-ditch plan and someone's being a dick about it. It's like in Spider-Man 2, when he doesn't stop the train immediately, and the guy goes, "Got any more bright ideas?" It's like, I don't see you doing anything.
Yeah. I'm the only man with the power to stop this, and you're going to give me shit? Fuck you.
Bernie and the kids stumble into a room with a bunch of skull crawlers. Then they get shipped to Hong Kong. They're going at like 650 miles an hour. They're dead. Their insides are goo.
Yep. The G-forces alone. You are a sack of nothing now.
Their bodies would have hit the back of that container and immediately just been gone.
Yeah. Here's a question. How'd they get a net under Kong?
They should use balloons like in the 1962 version.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. When we go into the Hollow Earth, right?
Yeah, because we're gonna go into Antarctica. We go through Antarctica, and they convince Kong through the tunnel, like, you might see family down there.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
He's like, all right.
Yeah, and he immediately just goes, and they're attacked by these dragon things, which look cool. I wish we spent a little more time with some of the monsters down here.
Yeah, maybe. I think they might be saving them. I think because they were like, we got to get to the Kong-Zilla fight, like the real one.
Yeah. I have a question. How does the gravity work here?
I don't know. It's like a blue portal. Like, what was that about?
Well, they said the gravity reverses, but then Kong, when he's there, he like runs up to the top of a mountain where gravity just ends.
I don't know. It's weird. But also, like, the whole, like, I figured the gravity shift would be, like, you don't fucking see it.
Yeah.
But it's like a blue wall that they have to pierce through. That's stupid.
It's very stupid. It's very dumb.
And, like, there is some cool imagery, like, with the rainbow blinking shit. And it's, like, real trippy looking. I was like, I like this.
It looks like nothing, though.
Yeah, but, like, do something with that. Like, instead of...
I don't need the blue portal.
Yeah, we got to get through this literal barrier, and that's when the gravity shifts, and it'll crush you, but, like, also we're really vague about it, so you don't really know. I don't know. It's just Get it out of here.
We're back with Bernie and the kids, and instead of having to be scraped off the back of the container, they're just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't strapped down, but they were going that fast, and they're totally fine. They wander into the testing movie, and it's almost like this is a movie because just as they get in there, testing's about to begin.
Oh no.
Stupidest part of the movie. You ready? For this little kid going, it's Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Fuck you, kid.
I did like how he cuts that Skullwalker in half. That was cool.
Oh, yeah. How he does it? Well, he does it the same way Godzilla kills the Muto in the first because he blasts down his throat.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Which I don't know how he knows to do that.
Well, the guy was controlling him, right?
Yeah, so they probably saw Godzilla do that. I was like, I'm going to mimic that. I'm going to steal his finisher.
That guy seemed to be like really enjoying it, which was, all right, you're a bad guy. Got it.
So, yeah, Zilla kills one of the skull crawlers. We see Serizawa controlling it via brain link. And then that's when Mecha Godzilla calls for Godzilla, and Zilla's like, huh?
Yeah.
What'd you just say?
Yeah. I do like how this movie, it's just like, yeah, the earth is hollow and it's filled with monsters. Fucking deal with it. All right? We're moving on.
I'm so cool with that, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I like how it's not like, what? It's just like, nope, we're going in.
Yeah. This is the universe we have established. Live in it.
Yeah.
Totally fine by that. We're back in Hollow Earth. Kong goes into a temple that was once his family's or something and takes his throne. But we're only there for like 2 seconds. That's a problem I have with this movie is we're jumping back and forth constantly between these two groups.
Yeah.
And I just want the monsters to fight.
Yeah.
We're back with Bernie and the kids, and they're sneaking around. They find the Ghidorah head, and somehow Bernie's instantly like, I know what they're using that for.
Yeah, he just knows. There's a psionic link. Thing his sidekick controlled the other heads with it. So they got a guy in there. He puts a helmet on. He's Mecha Godzilla.
It's just okay.
All right, cool.
Did you help them plan this?
Yeah. Did you have a hand in this?
And then Lance Reddick's in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's in here for like 2 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, because he's talking to the dad or something. He doesn't do anything.
Okay.
But it's nice to see him.
Cool. Yeah. I missed him. I must have missed him.
They're evacuating Hong Kong. King Kong charges up his axe because it's made out of one of Godzilla's dorsal plates.
Okay. So that was one of my questions was, did they evacuate Hong Kong? Because there's no people.
Yeah, they evacuate Hong Kong.
Okay. You know what? Good. Because I'm so sick of reactions. Just people looking up, oh my God. And then like you're taking away from just let me see the fight.
Totally fair.
You know? Yeah. I do like how Godzilla, he's like, it's here. And he just blasts a hole into the earth. That's
cool.
So good. Loved it.
Just straight through the ground, all the way to the hollow earth.
But also, again, a little there's a scale issue here. Because Kong just crawls out of that hole. How deep is Hollow Earth like a mile below?
I don't know.
Hong Kong, like a very populated city. What's going on here?
Well, I like that Godzilla was using like a stud finder. It seems like this is where Kong is. He's like, right here.
It's right fucking here, brother. Yeah, weird. I did like how Kong kills the bad guy's daughter.
Yeah, that random heel turned down a Hollow Earth.
Yeah, and he just crushes the ship and drops it like it's nothing. And like his face is just like, get the fuck out of here.
You hear like, no.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Liked it.
And then we get the big fight in Hong Kong, and I like this fight a lot.
It's good.
I
did like how Skarsgård, he goes, looks like round 2 goes to Kong.
Yeah.
Shut up. You don't have to tell us. We just fucking watched it, dude.
We're watching the fight. I'm watching the movie.
Yeah.
I think the colorful background does a lot for this.
Yeah, like them fighting in a neon city is cool.
Yeah. It just looks different from all the other fights we've had.
Yeah.
Up to this point, which is really cool. I also like like you said before, we stick with Godzilla versus Kong with very few shots of people.
Yeah. It's great.
I also think the homage to Kong climbing the buildings is done really well.
Yeah. Yeah. I like how he has to outwit Godzilla, because Godzilla is like, all right, I can fuck you up if I'm close. And Kong knows that, so he gets distance. But then then Godzilla's like, all right, well, I got this fucking radioactive breath. I'll just get you like that.
Yeah.
So Kong, like, he has to close the distance. He's got to dodge, do all that dodging. And then he finally gets him. He knocks him down. And then he's just like, yeah, I win. And then Godzilla, it's almost as if Godzilla was just like letting him have it.
Yeah.
Because he just gets up and he's like, oh, you want to fight for real? All right. And he just fucks Kong up like no problem at all.
Oh, yeah, because he pins him down.
Yeah.
He could have just blasted his fucking head off, but he just doesn't.
Yeah. Good stuff. I enjoyed that.
I did too. I like how they roar at each other. It's like, Kong, you can't say shit right now.
Yeah, he's got his big scary toe right above your heart, dude.
He will crush.
Yeah,
you're done. And Godzilla just walks away. He's like, all right, I won. I win again. I'm letting you live. I win again.
Yeah. Well, did he let him live? Because he kind of dies, right? His heart was slowing down.
I guess, but
like, do these things even die, or do they just like take a nap?
I think Kong can absolutely die, because in Skull Island we see the skeletons of Kong's.
Yeah, but
relatives.
I'm saying, like, do they die like that?
Yes,
or do they have to be definitively killed?
I think King Kong can die. I think Godzilla has to be definitively killed.
Okay, I think okay.
I also think Godzilla is, depending on the version of Godzilla it is, he's borderline impossible to definitively kill, because there have been Toho Godzilla movies where like they kill him and then his heart is just still a beating heart at the bottom of the ocean, like just regenerating around itself.
That's cool.
Yeah, I really like Godzilla.
What about his son Jesuszilla? Continue. I'm sorry.
Very good, very good. Hey, we're all sons of Godzilla.
Yeah.
Walter Simmons boots up Mechagodzilla and the pilot just disconnects. And as Simmons is just rambling to Bernie and the kids, he somehow doesn't notice that the Mechagodzilla is sentient.
Yeah, and doesn't notice everybody is staring behind him in horror.
Yeah, he's like, wow, I'm really scaring these guys.
Yeah, I did like the Marvel-esque joke that Brian Tyree Henry says after he's killed, and he's like, oh man, I kind of wanted to hear the rest of that guy's speech. I was like, that's actually kind of funny. That's pretty good.
I wish he was, you know what? If he's recording, I like that a lot more.
Yeah.
Like, that would have worked, but
yeah.
Again, we get this thing where for some reason Mechagodzilla only kills Walter Simmons.
Yeah. For some reason, it just killed that one dude.
It's a good thing I know who the bad guy is in this movie. I'm just gonna kill him. It's like, shut the fuck up, just blast that whole room.
Yeah. Here's a question. Is Mechagodzilla technically King Ghidorah?
Yes.
Cool.
In this version, yes. I guess you'd have to technically be.
Cool.
Because they have the one brain. He's in the one head. Serizawa's in the one brain, but then they have the other brain because they're like interconnected.
Right.
So like that's how they're communicating with each other.
Yeah. So that explains why he's just like filled with malice. He's just like, let me kill everything, because that's what King Ghidorah was like.
Exactly. And that's why it's on site for him and Godzilla. It's like, I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah. It's good stuff. And he does fuck the shit out of Godzilla. Not literally.
Andy, that does not happen in this movie.
I fucking wish, you know what I'm saying?
Andy, stop going on DeviantArt. Andy's watching these movies, just scrolling DeviantArt, going, Godzilla and Mechagodzilla, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good shit.
Oh, no. Kong's heart starts to slow down, and they use the heave as a defibrillator.
Yeah. It's cool.
And then
I guess
Godzilla and Mechagodzilla do a SmackDown versus Raw laser beam shootout.
I liked how they do a beam struggle, like classic Goku Vegeta shit.
Yeah.
Harry Potter!
Nice.
It was exactly like the Harry Potter Voldemort. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Mechagodzilla's like, shh, That's all you got, brother? And he just fucking blasts him. It's good. It's good
Yeah.
stuff.
And then we have Gia going, Kong, that big robot's actually the enemy, not Godzilla.
Yeah. And Kong's just like, all right.
All right.
All right.
You know what was awesome in this? Kong had a dislocated shoulder, so he fixes it by slamming it on the building. I love that.
Yeah.
And right before Mechagodzilla kills Godzilla the same way Zilla killed Amudo, Kong hits him with a drop kick.
Yeah.
Kong loves his drop kicks in these movies.
He does. There's a couple of like last minute saves, like back to back, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah. All of a sudden his music hits and he takes his time getting down to the ring.
Yeah.
I'm convinced Kong is hitting all these drop kicks in these movies because of that one movie where Godzilla hits a drop kick on one of the monsters.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm convinced. Have you ever seen that clip?
Yeah, where he like floats towards him. Yeah. That's good stuff.
But also, Mechagodzilla pins Godzilla against the building and starts hitting him with knees to the midsection.
Yeah. It's good. I like it.
That was so shit. Silly. No, yeah. I can't say I liked it. It was funny. It's funny the idea that this guy he's Triple H pinning a guy in the turnbuckle and hitting him with knees. Yeah. Get out of here. What do we do? We're not throwing knees in these movies.
I like it.
It takes him down with an arm bar next.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the fight is exciting and it's fun, it's good. I did like how where he's about to, like you said, blast Godzilla's face off. Kong like rips his head back. Why didn't that burn his fingers?
I have no idea. It probably should have.
Yeah.
In fact, still cool. Oh yeah, it was still very cool, but it should have killed him.
Yeah.
Or not killed him, but burned his little thingies, phalanges.
Yeah, his phalanges. So
Kong hits Mechagodzilla with the axe, and then the New Zealand kid spills Bernie's drink all over the console. But again, that didn't seem to do anything. It like powers him down for like a second.
Yeah, but that's all they needed.
That's stupid. Just let them fight.
I wish that there was a little more of both Godzilla and Kong fighting Mechagodzilla, because they only like double team him like once.
Yeah.
And it was cool.
Oh, yeah. Listen, the monsters fighting are the best part of this movie. The problem is there's just not enough of it.
Yeah. Kind of like all these movies.
Yeah. So Kong beats the shit out of Mechagodzilla, and he ultimately rips his head off. And I like that he like eats the brain out.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Madison reunites with her dad, and as they hug, Josh says something, and this man goes, "Shut up, Josh. No concern for this other child that his daughter forced along on this trip after stealing this other child's older brother's car. Sir, your daughter's going to prison."
Can she be tried as a minor?
Probably. But still, your daughter just put this kid through hell, and you're going to tell him to shut up? What an asshole.
See, I didn't catch that. Whenever there were people on the screen, my brain turned on. I was like, I really don't give a shit about it.
Madison and her dad are hugging, and Josh says something, and granted, it's pretty stupid. But he's like, "Shut up, Josh." It's like, yo, he almost died because of your daughter. So be a little nicer to this fucking Kiwi, all right?
Yeah. You know, whenever I hear Kiwi, I think of
balls.
No. Think of my so back in the day, I when I lived with my parents back on Long Island, you know, in like high school, a little after high school, bring a girl home. And my mom is a very sweet lady. She'd always like cut up kiwi and be like, "You guys want some kiwi?" We're like, "No, we're good." She's like, "I'm coming down." She'd come down with a plate of cut up kiwi. And like we'd have to like pretend like we weren't just being intimate. Like,
okay.
We're both under a blanket. My mom's sitting there like feeding us kiwi. We're like the whole time I'm thinking like, "Mom, can you get the fuck out of here? I'm trying to get my dick wet."
All right, I'm going to say something, and I wonder if you know this. You know your mom knew exactly what she was doing, right?
See, I know my mom.
Your mom knew exactly what she was doing.
My mom is very naive, and I think you know that.
I think
like almost
everyone
like relentlessly as optimistic as SpongeBob SquarePants.
All right, you know what we're going to do? Next time I see your mom, I'm going to play her this clip in the podcast.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask her, did you know exactly what you were doing? And she's going to say yes.
You know what? I'm just going to ask her. straight up.
She knew. I guarantee it. She knew
Hey,
exactly what she was doing.
All the Kiwi shit. Like, were you just trying to block my cockaroony?
And she'll
say, don't call it a cockaroony.
She's going to say, please don't word it like that. But yes, I knew exactly what you were doing.
Okay.
Guarantee it.
All right. Well, I'll let you know. And,
let's have her on the pod. Why don't you give her a call?
No. I will follow up though. If I grow the balls to ask my mom if she was blocking my cock.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Next time I see her, I will ask.
Okay.
I probably won't. I will not have the courage to do that.
She's such a sweet lady. I don't want to put her in any sort of discomfort.
Godzilla and Kong exchange a knowing glance. Zilla goes back in the ocean, and then they drop off Kong in the Hollow Earth in their new outpost station.
Yep.
And then credits. There were no after credit scene in this movie.
No. Well, it also, as Godzilla leaves, it shows Millie Bobby Brown with tears in her eyes.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I have no idea. I don't know. All the human shit is stupid.
It really is. Because they try to connect them to the monsters, and Kong's the only one where you can do that, because in every iteration of Kong, there's a connection.
Right. But it's also with an ape, we see apes interacting with humans. We don't see iguanas and shit.
Right.
Signing with humans.
So why is she looking at Godzilla leaving oh no. Oh, I feel something. Come on. I don't care. Is Millie Bobby Brown in Godzilla times Kong versus the Empire versus Godzilla?
I think so. I know Brian Tyree Henry is. So I'd imagine Millie Bobby Brown is also.
Okay. I feel like she would probably be in the trailers though, right? Because she sells tickets.
I don't think so anymore. I think they realize that a lot of the people are kind of over the humans in these movies.
Yeah,
and
but
that's why these trailers are literally all monsters.
Hell yeah, brother.
I mean, that's what they should be, but I don't think.
I think we'd catch a glimpse of her if she was in it. Because she's big time.
Possible. Hey, you know what we can do? You know what's amazing?
There's no way, Robbie. There is literally no way.
Andy, you'd be surprised at what we could do with this thing called
sorcery. Oh.
Sorcery, huh?
Yeah.
Sorcery, huh?
I don't know how it works.
So, sorcery, huh?
Yeah. All
right, so let's go. I am now on the Godzilla times Kong equals or divided by a new empire page. So let's go to top cast. So Brian Tyree Henry is definitely in it. Rebecca Hall is returning. Let's see. Let's do a little.
Alexander Skarsgård?
I don't see him.
Bryan Cranston?
Well, he died a while ago. Millie Bobby Brown is not in this, according to IMDb.
What did I tell ya?
You asked. You didn't tell me anything.
I did ask. That's true. All right. Well, should we go to Letterboxd?
I think we should.
Yeah.
I think we should go right over to Letterboxd. And you can follow us on Letterboxd at TheRoydsBand. And here we are.
Dare you to follow us.
Yeah, you don't have the balls. You won't do it.
Yeah.
You don't got the Kiwis. You won't do it.
Yeah.
I'm on Godzilla vs. Kong. All right. This is going to sound sacrilegious because y'all know how much I love Godzilla. I think this is a bad movie. I did not enjoy this movie. We spend way too much time with Bernie and the kids, and it drags the whole movie down. Cut out 25 minutes of this movie. Cut out most of their stuff. Just make this a movie about evil corporation wants to build Mechagodzilla to take out the Titans, and you have a movie. I struggle to give this even 2 stars. I want to give it 1.5.
Wow. I would not say it was that bad. I'll go 2. Just to me, I would have said 2.5 because it's just there.
I'll go 2, but I really did not enjoy this movie.
Okay.
And it feels sacrilegious because I was quite higher. You know, I actually kind of liked the first Godzilla more than I liked this in certain aspects.
I can't agree with that.
Because it felt like the humans were more meaningful in that movie than they are here. At least when we're spending time with the humans in that movie, they're doing stuff.
Sure.
And it's not
I
just
mean,
children the whole movie.
Yeah, I liked Bryan Cranston, but then he died, and then that movie turned to nothing.
Yeah, that is true. It was also dark as shit when you're watching on home movies.
Yeah,
You can't see anything.
That is for true. Yeah, I'd say 2, just because this is. I don't even think it's a true 2. I think it's 2.5 because it's fine. I don't think it's
2.
bad. But yeah, I'll because I'm not gonna die on this hill. I don't give a shit.
Fair point. I have trivia.
Yo, same.
I have 3 trivias.
I have 4.
Ask me your trivia first, Andy.
All right. Here I go. How big is Godzilla in this? 393 feet, 407 feet, 423 feet, or 444 feet?
What was the third one?
423.
423 feet.
Incorrect. He is 393, just like he was in the last one.
I didn't know if he grew or not. I don't know.
Apparently not.
Where is Apex Cybernetics located? Miami, Florida. Atlanta, Georgia. Pensacola, Florida. Daytona Beach, Florida.
Is it Daytona Beach?
Nope.
Is it Pensacola?
It is Pensacola.
Oh, I thought that was a trick.
Nope.
Wow. How big is Kong in this? Now, keep in mind.
Show you how big my Kong is.
Robbie. Keep in mind, he grew since the original. Not the original, the first one. Okay. 327 feet, 336 feet, 357 feet, 376 feet.
376 feet.
No, he is 336 feet.
Damn it!
That's okay.
When we first arrive at Denham University, there is a sign in the back of the lab. What does this sign say? They live. Kong lives. Monster HQ. Hollow Earth HQ.
Hollow Earth HQ.
That is correct.
I've done it.
Very good, Andy.
What professional wrestler did Adam Wingard, the director, compare Godzilla to, or base Godzilla on? Is it Stone Cold Steve Austin? Is it The Undertaker? Is it Hulk Hogan, or is it Kane?
I'm going to say The Undertaker.
Correct.
I think the look kind of gave it away.
He's a big mean guy.
I love The Undertaker. He's a man. You know what Kane does now?
What's that?
Kane is currently the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Really?
He is also an alt-right nutbag.
Ah, that makes more sense.
Kane was born in Spain.
Huh.
Yeah. I think his parents were military. Like he's an American.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was one of those situations.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is Glenn Jacobs. He's the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Wow. I remember seeing a horror movie he was in, See No Evil.
Yep.
Had it on DVD, watched it, and I said, this is bad.
He was also in the sequel, See No Evil 2.
See Less Evil. No, See Even More Evil. There.
Very good. And The Undertaker was in a Hulk Hogan movie. I forgot which movie. But Undertaker did a lot less acting than Kane. Kane was also only in 2 movies because he's not a very good actor.
Yeah.
Also not a very good politician. What is Bernie's podcast called? The Titan Truth Podcast, the Hollow Earth Podcast, the Truth About Titans, the Monster Cast.
Is the Titan Truth.
It is the Titan Truth Podcast.
Yeah, brother. Okay, what action star did the director Adam Wingard base Kong off of? Is it Sylvester Stallone's Rambo, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Total Recall? That's what the character's name is called.
Yeah.
Total Recall,
Because all of his toys were recalled off shelves for having toxic chemicals in them.
Got it.
Thank you.
Bruce Willis in Die Hard, John McClane. Or a fourth answer?
Is it a fourth answer?
It is not. No.
Is it Bruce Willis, John McClane?
It is.
I can tell because the everyman aspect of it.
Yeah, when he knocks his shoulder back into place, that's very John McClane energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's also really cool.
It is cool. Yeah, and John McClane's one of the best action protagonists that's ever been.
Absolutely. We should do Die Hard one day.
We should. We shan't.
We should do Die Hards 1 and 3 only.
Because those are the good ones. Gotcha. Two isn't terrible.
2 is boring. I'll say 2 and 4 to me, they're exactly the same quality. Totally fine.
I don't think I've ever seen 4 or 5. I've only seen the first 3.
The 4th Die Hard is totally fine. It's PG-13, so they've toned it down a lot.
Really?
Yes.
The fuck?
But it's also like, it's your totally fine, like mid-2000s action movie. Justin Long's in it. It's not offensively bad. There's some fun parts in it.
Isn't Timothy Oliphant in it as well?
I believe so, yes.
Like that guy. I like that guy.
The 5th one is hot garb.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
All right, so you ready? You got a song? I wrote a song. I wrote a song.
Yeah. Yeah,
I also have a pick to flip. You ready?
Yeah, flip that shit. Tails.
It's heads.
Ah, shit.
I'll go first.
I bet you will, Robbie.
Yep. My song's called Bernie and the Kids.
Okay.
Because this movie is just about Bernie running around with a bunch of kids. It's just a parody of Benny and the Jets.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
I thought about it. I did write some of the lyrics for it. In fact, I started writing it, and then I used some of the lyrics I wrote from my Benny and the Jets parody and used it in my song.
Nice.
So I was going to sing, hey, kids, sneaking into Apex. There's something in the lab that is bigger than a T-Rex.
That's good.
Yeah. But Bernie and the Kids. But here's my song. It's called Bernie and the Kids. Bernie's another man who has a podcast. Late 30s, lives alone, lover has long passed. Maddie's just a girl, but she ain't no fool. She knows all the stuff that they won't teach at school. She got a friend Josh who's kind of a weenie. Lives in Florida, but he is a Kiwi. All the way in Hong Kong, sneaking into Apex. They see a robot bigger than a T-Rex. Pay no mind to the Kaijus fighting. Don't worry about the people dying. What are those kids up to now? Sneaking around, we see a head of a titan. Some things from a book by Michael Crichton. Lectured at when the monster turns his head. He's not all bad because the billionaire is dead. Pay no mind to the Kaijus fighting. Don't worry about the people dying. What are those kids up to now? Save the day, even though Hong Kong has been blown away. When a movie has kid power this strong, and it's under 2 hours, it still feels long. Pay no mind to the Kaijus fighting. Don't worry about the people dying. What are those kids up to now? So that was my song called Bernie and the Kids.
I like the harmoniums.
Thanks. Yeah, I was really a lot of harmonies on it.
Yeah, I like it.
It's 3-part harmonies on the verses for the Bernie and the Kids, and then I think there's 4-part harmonies on parts of the choruses, but 3 on other parts.
Damn.
So yeah, I did a lot of work at that. I was also playing around because that was one of those songs I wrote the music for, And I was not thrilled with it until I actually added the guitar and the organ. And then I was like, I have something here. And I was very happy with it after that, after the guitar and the organ were added. So ultimately, I find when I don't like a movie, I write better songs about it. And I think like this is an example of it. I think Spider-Man 3 was an example of it. I think Shrek 4 was an example of it, of a movie I didn't really like, but I still wrote a stronger song. And I think one of the reasons that is I feel a lot of pressure when it's a good movie or a movie I like, because I almost feel like I want to write a song that is up to the standards of that movie, if that makes sense. So like when I'm writing a song about a movie like The Godfather or Jaws, I feel a lot of pressure that like, I want to do this movie justice with this song I'm writing for it. So there's pressure on myself. But then when I watch a movie where I'm like, I didn't really care for the movie, it's kind of loosens me up and allows me to just do more of it without thinking too critically, if that makes sense.
It does, yeah. I mean, this is a good song. I liked it. I find if the movie is bad, but there's still something I can latch on to, it's easier for me. But like, usually I get inspired by the movie. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, this is what I'm thinking when I think about this movie. And like, I'll be able to, like, a good movie makes, like, I think one of my better songs is from my favorite movie we've done for this podcast, like Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think I have like one of the strongest songs I've ever written. But this I found really hard to write about because nothing. How do you write about a big punch up?
That's how I found the way I've gotten around that is I'm really into, I've realized like storytelling songwriters. So like I've really gotten into like outlaw country recently. And a lot of it is just them being like, Sally worked at a diner and then she went on home to her kids. And then she met a man named Steve and he had a can lid. And I've realized that if I'm really struggling for lyrics, I will literally just recite things they did in the fucking movie and be like, okay, here we go. This is Bernie. This is Madison. This is Joshua. And this is what they do. And that's kind of what I did for this song.
Yeah, I just like to, like, since the beginning, I've been saying like character stuff is what drives me to the movies, is like seeing a character arc. Like a character learns a lesson and they're different at the end and they fix it. But like, there's nothing like that in this.
My mommy drives me to the movies.
Very excellent. Well, that being said, my song is called They Fight for a Bit and Then They're Friends. Because that's the movie. You know?
Yeah, I know.
So, check it out.
Till the end, they fight for a bit, then they're friends. A handsome lizard versus the greatest day. Who's going to be the one to escape? and then they're friends. They fight for a bit, then they're friends. They fight for a bit, and now they're friends. They fight for a bit, now they're friends. They fight for a bit, now they're friends. They fight for a bit, then they're friends. They fight for a bit, now they're friends. They fight.
That's they fight for a bit and they're friends.
I like that. I like that. It really punches you in the face when it comes in with the drums.
Oh, thank you. That's I spent a long time doing the drums for this. I don't know why I struggled.
They sound great.
Thank you. I kept counting it in and then fucking it up immediately. So I was like, all right, let me do a chapeau. You know,
You'd be like 2, 9. Fuck, that's not how you count in.
yeah. Fuck. What are even our numbers? So like,
F,
don't know.
red.
Yeah. Yeah.
Red, platypus.
Yeah, fuck. The movie, it doesn't give you much to work off of, so I went more of a sillier route. I don't. That's about it. You know. At first, I had a chorus. The chorus was different, and it was like, it sounded just like the chorus from my Matrix song. It was like da 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 da. I was like, I already did that. Let me fix that. So I searched in my phone. I had this funky thing. It was like badoo, badoo, badoo. I was like, all right, let me do that. So I did that.
I liked it.
Wow, thanks. Well, we planned this to coincide with the release of Godzilla times Kong versus Godzilla times Kong. And they moved it. So what do we got going on next week, Robbie?
Ooh, we're getting a little bit of hot-ish and fresh because we got Godzilla times Kong divided by the New Empire.
Wow, a little warm and fresh.
It is because it's coming out a week late. Oof, it's almost like someone goofed the schedule. Let's blame Warner Brothers for changing stuff up on us.
Yeah, I blame Warner Brothers.
They got to keep us in the loop. We're the #1 movie podcast in the world.
On the earth.
That's a lie.
Robbie.
Where can they find our music?
I'll tell you, Robbie. You go to Spotify, you go to Apple Music, wherever you get your music, Deezer maybe, and you search The Royds. That's ROYDS, but you're here, you know that. And we got 2 albums, a Christmas song, and maybe even some of our podcast songs. But then you go to TheRoyds.bandcamp.com for the rest of the podcast songs, which is over 200 songs at this point because we're at episode 101. And that's 2 songs every episode, plus bonus songs. Do the fucking math, dude.
That's right. If this episode was a class, we'd be a beginner class because we're Royds Review Podcast 101.
That's right, baby. Next week, 102.
Yep.
All right, Robbie, what about the social?
Well, first off, you can now listen to every episode of the Royds Review Podcast on YouTube at the Royds Review Podcast. If you do that, give us a like, give us a subscribe, comment on the videos. We would really appreciate it. But you could follow us on the socials at Instagram, on TikTok, on Threads, on X at TheRoydsBand. So give us a follow there. We'd greatly appreciate it. And send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening.
Yep. And wherever you listen, give us a 5-star review.
Of course. Word of mouth. Also, just tell your friends. It's big, helps a lot. Word of mouths as well. If you tell any mice you might know, they will spread the word,
They're the biggest. They spread a lot of things, mice.
Yeah.
You should look up Europe. There was this thing that, what? I'm not going to get into it here.
Oh, that was actually rats, Robbie. Robbie turned into Pac-Man.
Wonka, 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 wonka.
Do that to my wiener. All right.
All right. That's enough. We're going to go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.